From Rolling Thunder, come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bob Erickson with Rolling Thunder, Florida Chapter 1, and I, along with all the members of the chapter, would certainly like to recognize the Command Master Sergeant Teacher. It's an honor to be here with you today. Service. I would also like to thank Sue Pagel, who has been in contact point for the opportunity to POW flag to Candlewood Suites. You know, there is a connection between this flag and the state of Florida that I would like to share with you. It dates back to 1971 when Mrs. Mary Hoff, an MIA wife and member of the National League of American Prisoners and Missing in Southeast Asia, recognized the need for a symbol to recognize our prisoners of war and those missing in action. Prompted by an article in the Jacksonville, Florida Times-Union, Mrs. Hoff contacted a major flag manufacturing company and together with commercial graphic artist Newt Heisley, an Army Air Corps pilot during World War II, designed this POW MIA flag. Meanwhile, Evelyn Grubb, the wife of an Air Force pilot who was shot down in 1966 over Vietnam and became a prisoner of war, was co-founder of the League and was instrumental in improving the design and the manufacturing of these flags for distribution. The POW MIA flag Mr. Heisley designed is black. In the center is black and white, is the emblem of the League. The emblem is a white disc bearing a black silhouette, the bust of a man, a watchtower with a guard holding a rifle, and a strand of barbed wire. Above the disc are the white letters POW and MIA, framing a white five-pointed star. Below the disc is a black and white wreath. Above the white motto, "You are not forgotten." To veterans organizations, the design has come to represent all U.S. troops missing in military conflicts dating to World War II. Mr. Heisley died in 2011, and he too will not be forgotten. About Rolling Thunder. We are a national nonprofit organization incorporated in 1995 with over 100 chartered chapters throughout the United States. Our primary mission is to publicize the POW MIA issue, educate the public, and to raise awareness of those prisoners of war who were left behind when the conflicts ended. We are committed to helping veterans from all wars by activating and co-authoring legislation to improve the POW and MIA issue. Veterans benefits and concerns and interests of our local veterans. So you might ask, just how many unaccounted for American soldiers are there? Well, according to the Joint Prisoners of War Missing in Action and County Command, the number is still a staggering 82,000. To the best of our knowledge, over 73,000 are from World War II, the Korean conflict with over 8,000, Vietnam with approximately 1,600, the Cold War with 172, and one from the Gulf War. The most recent POW is Staff Sergeant Bo Bergdahl, who went missing on June 30th, 2009, while stationed in Afghanistan. Bo has been sighted alive and is currently being held by the Taliban. Flying the POW MIA flag is a way to remind our fellow citizens of those missing soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen of the sacrifices they have made for you, our country, and our continuing freedom. In closing, I would like to leave you with these few words from former President Ronald Reagan. He said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same." Thank you again for your time and your support of the POW MIA cause, and may God bless America.
At this time, if I could call forward Staff Sergeant Sheena LaShaw for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Sheena, very much. And now we have a special guest going to recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us all. Tia, are you here? Here she is.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tia. That was wonderful. Now we're going to invite former Marine Sergeant Terry McGovern to come up with the dedication of the flagpole and the field cross. Terry.
I hereby dedicate this flagpole to America's servicemen and women, past, present, and future, and all those who have given some, and those who have given all. Some of you may be wondering what this is right over here to my left. It's called the Fallen Warrior Battle Cross. Fallen Warrior Battle Cross, Battlefield Cross, Field Cross, or Battle Cross is a symbolic replacement of a cross on the battlefield or at the base camp of a warrior who has been killed. Made up of the warrior's rifle with the bayonet attached, stuck into the ground, helmet on top, dog tag, sometimes hanging from the rifle, and the boots of the fallen warrior next to it. Its purpose is to show honor and respect for the fallen at the battle site. The practice started during the American Civil War, or maybe earlier, as a means of identifying the bodies on the battleground before they were removed. Today is an immediate means of showing respect for the fallen among the still living members of the unit and allowing the warriors' comrades to begin the process of loss. It might be seen in the field or base camp after a battle in Afghanistan or Iraq. Used less today as a means to identify the fallen, but more as a private ceremony among those still living as a means to mourn, as being in the funeral is not always possible for warriors still in the fight. Most units prepare a visible reminder of the deceased warrior, as we do today in honor of all the fallen warriors who have preceded us. The rifle and the bayonet. The inverted rifle with the bayonet attached signals the warrior has fallen in battle, a time for prayer and paying tribute to the fallen warrior. Helmet. The helmet signifies the fallen warrior. The dog tags identify the fallen warrior. The combat boots represent the final march to the last battle. And the folded United States flag represents the thanks of a grateful nation. You hold one.
That was wonderful. Thank you very much. At this time, before I say a few words that I've written down, I'd like to give the opportunity to our new sheriff, Wayne Obby, to say a few words. Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank our hosts here at Candlewood Suites for everything they've done and everybody that helped put this together. It's no secret to anyone that every privilege, every liberty we enjoy today is because of men and women like our guest here, our honoree, that put their lives right on the line to make sure our country is what it is today. Without them, none of us would have the liberties that we walk through life every day knowing this is the United States of America. So, again, to our honoree, thank you, sir, for all of your service. For the men and women of our United States Armed Forces, thank you for everything you do to make the United States of America such a great place to live. So, thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. I'm going to keep this short, and thank you so much to our color guard from Post 163 of the American Legion, gentlemen, for looking sharp today. Today is a time to remember. That's what we're here to do, to remember those that have given so much. And Sergeant Petro, you among them, most certainly. Behind you is another distinguished individual I'll get to in a moment, but it is a time to remember. It's a time to remember the faces of the prisoners of war and those missing in action. It's a time to remember and reaffirm our nation's pledge to make sure that each and every service member that goes to war, goes to foreign soil, comes back, whole or otherwise. It's a pledge that holds true today for the servicemen and women, and most notably Bo Bergdahl, which Bob Erickson, our president of Rolling Thunder Chapter 1, mentioned. He's currently a prisoner of war in Afghanistan. We cannot forget these things. We have to remember there are people out there right now, hopefully, that are looking for him and doing what's necessary to bring him home. It's been over 3 long years. They need to know that they can bravely and confidently serve in theaters like Afghanistan and other places around the globe, knowing that if they do fall in battle, we will bring them home. No matter what the circumstances, we need to remember the importance of the lives of the brave men and women that serve in our United States military, like the Medley and so many more, that they're not forgotten. And that's the central theme and message of the POW MIA message. Today we honor all former prisoners of war. They've endured one of the greatest challenges anyone, especially an American, can face, and that is the loss of their liberty. I don't want you to walk away today focusing on the numbers, and you heard the numbers. They're enormous. We may only have one current POW in our current conflict, but when you're talking about tens of thousands of men and women, don't focus on those numbers. I'm asking you to remember that these warriors are fathers, brothers, mothers, sisters, and their families will remember, and therefore we need to remember. And that's truly all the comments that I have. I'd just like to extend recognition right now to our military past and present and ask each branch, now we're all standing out here, so maybe a raise of hands as we go through the branches. Have we got that music cued? A raise of hands, those that have been in the United States Army.
Salute all the men and women who have served in every branch of our armed forces. As the orchestra and chorus perform the Armed Forces Medley, we invite those of you in the audience who have served or who are currently serving to please stand and join in as your song is presented. United States Coast Guard.
How many coasties?
United States Air Force.
Raise your hand. We should have Coast Guard here.